Hey there, Dragon Folk. Welcome on into a huge amount of news for Magic the Gathering, the card game. And also Arena, Magic the Gathering Arena as well. A lot of news for all of this. Just came out like yesterday or earlier today. Essentially, whenever this comes out, I think I'm going to have it out the next day. So, yesterday. Bunch of news occurred today. I'm trying to go over all of it for you guys just to kind of catch up. We're going to be reading through the actual Magic the Gathering event situation. So we'll go ahead and swing on over so I can start showing you guys more about what that is. So here, let me actually get our boy Ragnar out of here real quick, so I can just kind of show you guys. So, essentially, what the case is... Whoops. Down a little bit. There we go. So, what we are looking at here is the Magic the Gathering Showcase 2021. So, a lot of stuff happens. A lot of stuff had happened, and a lot of things are going on. But this is kind of an interesting scenario. We'll go over everything. There's a lot that was covered and a lot of really cool things that, honestly, I'm very excited for. Lots of news for new players as well as old players. I consider myself more of a new player because I didn't get to play like during Urza's Saga or Urza's Destiny, or I didn't get to play during the original Ravnica or any of it. Like I'm pretty much started right, or I would say my general starting point is Zendikar Rising, if not like M21. So we're going to go ahead and start it off. I'll give you guys some information here. I'm very excited to go over this because I've done a lot of research on it, and I'm very excited to see what's happened. So we'll go over it kind of as we go. I will scroll down here. Secret Lairs. So there are a lot of Secret Lair drops that just came out. Now, what the Secret Lair drops are is they're like special reprints of cards with new art, and they're like nice, like they're very collectible. Like the Secret Lair stuff is very much so like a collector's thing because they make them, they up for pre-order, and the second that the pre-order time is up and over with, you can't buy them anymore unless people are selling them sealed online, and they usually sell for like 20 times the amount that they were bought for. Maybe not 20 times, but like usually like about like you get about double your money, if not more, if you sell them online after the pre-order, because they are quite literally collector's items now with all the art and everything. So not to mention that the cards they reprint are usually pretty good. Cards that have been kind of needing a reprint, quote unquote, because like, I mean, you could reprint anything besides the reserve list stuff. So, but we'll kind of go over this. So Kamagawa Inc. is the first one here. And let me tell you, this looks dope. This looks so cool. You get essentially these 5 cards from the Kamigawa set redone in almost in like an ink style painting kind of concept for these. Very, very cool concept. I love everything about the Kamigawa set. I've wanted to collect Kamigawa for a while now. It's obviously something about the plane and all of its characters and the artwork and the cards. Very, very cool. So it's nice to see that they're doing a drop for this, which obviously tells me that Kamigawa is going to be making a reappearance in the future. Here are the cards again. You get a Heartless Hiratsugu, a Kami of the Crescent Moon, a Michiko Kanda, the Truth Seeker, Reiki, the History of Kamigawa, and Toshiro Umezawa. You can get them obviously for $39.99 for foil, $29.99 for non-foil. Like I said, they're great collector's items. They're really cool looking cards, and you can use these in the formats that they are accessible in. I personally wouldn't use Secret Lair cards for that unless like I absolutely love the art and I ran into a lot of really cool ones, but not the case usually. So then you have the next one, which is Teferi's Time Trouble. Now this one, there's a lot of There's a lot of interesting stuff for this. I can try to get like a zoom in for this here. But essentially what they've done is they've made planeswalkers, like Teferi, Time Raveler, Karn, the Great Creator. These are planeswalker cards, right? But they reprinted them in the Secret Lair drop to make them look like the original Legend cards. So before there were planeswalkers, right, there were cards that were essentially planeswalkers, like Urza, right? And they didn't have like there wasn't a loyalty counter thing back in the day. It was just like a legendary creature. What this does is this pretty much gives them their own legend kind of deal. It's very strange. Frankly, I'm not like in love as a new player. I'm not in love with all of the wording on here. I think the Planeswalker card obviously makes a bit more sense when looking at it, but I understand the appeal about it because like it's just the Planeswalker card, but like you have to read it a bit more. It goes into detail about the loyalty counters. So like Karn, for instance, opponent's artifacts can't activate. You put 5 loyalty counters on Karn. Opponents can attack Karn as though he were you. Any damage he suffers depletes that many loyalty. If Karn has no loyalty, he abandons you. During your turn, you may add 1 loyalty to turn target non-creature artifact into an artifact creature with both power and toughness equal to its casting cost until your next turn, or you may spend 2 loyalty to put an artifact card from outside the game into your hand. So, obviously, Karn being a very, very powerful card. Getting this as a reprint the card may not go for a lot immediately, but I think it will. Obviously, I actually bought the reprints of the Phyrexian Praetors, and those are really cool. I think these are great. Once again, same deal. You can only buy these non-foil, $30. If you got $30, I say pre-order them. Definitely worth the money, I'd say. Just for, I guess, like for collectability's sake, right? All the Secret Lair drops. I'm not going to say I'm like a Secret Lair fan because I know this is just another way to kind of like, throw all of your money at Magic, because Wizards of the Coast comes out with a lot of product very quickly. So it's hard to keep up, and like on like a normal average, like 2-week, like a bi-weekly pay period, you can't just chuck all that into one place. But if you have I like these for the collectability purposes. Excuse me. Got me all choked up. I like these for the collectability purposes. They're very, very nice. Do I think I'll get them? Maybe. Only because I know that if they're reprinting these cards, I know Karn was very popular. I don't know the price points of these cards, but I'm sure they're great. Then you have the Johannes Voss Artist Series. This is really nice because this kind of showcases an artist in like what they, their style. And I think these are really cool. They look almost like anime themed, these cards. They do kind of have like an anime look to them. Very, very cool though, because it essentially follows the story of these 2 characters. Very neat. Karmic Guide just came out. So I don't know why they'd reprint that, but these are from this Carpet of Flowers, Sanctum Prelate, or Prelate. I think this is, once again, this is just an artist series. If any of these cards are important to you and you'd like them to be in an alternate art, by all means, I suggest it. It is $29.99 for the non-foil, $30.99 for the foil. Then you have the Thomas Baxa. I'm going to say it's Baxa or Baja, or Basha. Sorry if I'm butchering that. This is an artist series for a new set, for another super drop. So it looks like this guy's got a very like dark style. Very, very cool. They would be redoing the Omnixus Reignited. So I think this is actually a Planeswalker from War of the Spark, I think. So Omnixus Reignited, Sliver Hive Lord, the Sire of Insanity, and Spellskite. So very interesting cards. Very demon horror like terror like looking kind of cards. Sliver creatures you control of indestructible. This is a nice sliver card. So like if anything, you're at least getting a nice sliver card out of it for Sliver Commander or whatever you want to play slivers in. I'm Nexus Reignited just looks so cool. Once again, the artist series is mainly just specifically to showcase the art, but sometimes in that artist series they do end up having cards that are like really, really good that just get reprints. And that's very nice. So same concept, same price point. Math is for blockers. Now this is interesting. That BrazenBorrower looks really good. For those of you who don't know, BrazenBorrower just came out, or I shouldn't say just came out, it came out in Throne of Eldraine, which is a series from last year. Or the year before, technically. Came from Throne of Eldraine. And Throne of Eldraine showed us the showcase cards. Showcase cards I collect the showcase cards. They're very, very good. I love the art for all of them for Throne. They're very like fairy tale-esque. I own a foil BrazenBorrower in its showcase art. Foil BrazenBorrower, I believe right now as of filming this video, costs $86. Now, is this BrazenBorrower going to be more expensive or less expensive? I guess that's depending. I like the art for this BrazenBorrower. Very cool. I think I almost like it more than the showcase art. But it'd be very cool to get because if you can get it in foil, right, $40, you get all 5 of these cards in foil. It's really $50 after tax. You get all these cards in foil. So you get Vindictive Lich, Meandering Tower Shell, Oran Frostfang, and Thragtusk. The whole point behind this deck is, this stuff, math is for blockers. So I imagine the entire point of this is that you essentially get to go around stuff, so like you don't have to block, right? That's the whole point. So for instance, like BrazenBorrower, you can flash you can use the instant to return non-target permanent, or you can flash him out and he's got flying. The Vindictive Lich, Zombie Wizard. When it dies, choose one or more. Each mode must target a different player. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 2 cards. Lose target opponent loses 5 life. And then Island Walk. For this guy, whenever it attacks, you exile it, return it to the battlefield. So once again, kind of ditching past it. Or on Frostfang, attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Very good card, from what I can tell. A snow creature. I don't know why that wouldn't be great. Thragtusk, also. Enters the battlefield, gain 5 life. Leaves the battlefield, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. So they're all cards. I'd say probably BrazenBorrower is the big one for people, considering that card is used often. It's a very good card. But we're going to see. I guess we'll have to check. But like, you want it in non-foil, 30. Traditional foil, 40. The world's non-foilist bundle. So you get all of them non-foil for $120. Or you can do them all for foil. You get the Johannes Artist Series, Tonks Box Artist Series, Kamagawa Inc., and Mathis for blockers, all foil for $130. So, and then you can even do the world's bundliest bundle, which I would assume is the foil and non-foil of each of these. And then you get these, which only come non-foil. So that altogether, $240 for the whole thing. That's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. And we just went over this is just the beginning of the new stuff that they've done. So, I like the Secret Lair stuff. Am I going to buy it often? Probably not. But, we'll see. So, we already know a bit more about Midnight Hunt. Later this week, we're going to learn more about Midnight Hunt, but this is the next standard set to come out. And then, so September 2nd, we're going to find out more about that at the channel. Then the next set to come out after that is Crimson Vow. Crimson Vow is another Innistrad. We're doing the double Innistrad block. A Vampire Wedding to Die For, an Innistrad Crimson Vow. So very like Vampire Wedding-esque. I imagine there's going to be a lot of vampire support in here. So if you already have a vampire deck, or if you're looking to speculate into buying some pretty strong vampire cards, some vampire rares and mythics, I suggest probably doing so because who knows what even comes in here. So, let's see. Magic in store and beyond in 2021. So, let me just scroll this out a little bit now that we're back in. So, with communities and locations around the world establishing in-store play again, Friday Night Magic and pre-release events are 2 ways to join the fun. Taking place in December, store championships are among the first ways to play for glory and prizes right at your local game store. Just compete and you'll receive a promo Arbor Elf right here. Make top 8, take home a promo Collected Company right there, and win it all to claim 1 promo Worm Coil Engine available at your local store. So, essentially, the better you do, the more cards you get. But you get an Arbor Elf just for joining, you get a Collected Company just for getting top 8, and you get a Worm Coil Engine for winning the whole thing. So, that's very cool to see. Even cooler, the winner and top 8 promos awarded at WPN Premium stores will have the store name printed on them, confirming your championship victory that they were there every time you play one. So if you're looking to flex that you're the best at your locals, this is the place to do it. I both like and dislike this thing because I don't actually dislike it at all. I dislike the whole thing because, as I've said in previous videos, Magic has done a lot with Amazon to kind of like cut LGSs out of the whole thing. But now they're giving them more support, which is very cool. It's giving them a reason to go into the shop, spend their money, be part of the community, get cards for entering, and then get cards for winning. So it gives you more incentive to like do better and not just drop. So, let's see. Faction. So Commander Party. This seems like another thing. Oh, see, they already talked about that. So, never mind on what I said for that. So, Innistrad double feature, Pioneer Challenger decks, and Commander Collection Black. So, more stuff to come out. An Innistrad double feature, all that stuff. Local game stores aren't just one of the best places to play Magic. They're also where you'll find some amazing exclusive ways to play and expand your collection. So, this comes out with 4 Pioneer decks. Now, Pioneer is a different format than Standard or Historic or Modern or Commander. Those are all formats. Pioneer is another format too, and they have just made pre-made decks for Pioneer. So you'll be able to find all of these decks here. We'll go over all these in a later video, but I just kind of want to breeze over this. You also have a new set called the Commander Collection Black. So I'm assuming they're going to do this in every color, but they have a Commander Collection Black, which includes a bunch of double-sided tokens, powerful cards like Toxic Deluge and Phyrexian Arena. So these are the cards that are in there. You get Ghoulcaller Gisa, Opiomancer, Phyrexian Arena, Reanimate, Toxic Deluge, Soul Ring, Command Tower, Liliana Heretical Healer, and the double-sided Snake token. This also is a double. Liliana Defiant Necromancer is the Planeswalker side. So, these are cards you can buy in there. You get a regular and a premium edition. So, the premium edition will be exclusive to WPM stores and will contain all 8 cards in gorgeous traditional foil. So, premium foil, or premium is foil. The regular edition is non-foil. So obviously, probably going to want to pick this up. It's from what it sounds like, it's just Secret Lair, but that you can get at an LGS, which is really great. The Innistrad double feature is another thing. I like to see this kind of support. I've never drafted hardcore with my friends, but I think this would be a fun thing. Innistrad double feature combines select cards from 2 separate sets, Innistrad Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow, into one unique draft experience featuring special art treatment on every card. Arriving exclusively to local game stores in early 2022, Innistrad double feature lets you celebrate this fan favorite setting with its own limited environment and theatrical style. So, from what I can tell, and this is just an assumption, but I'm assuming the cards are going to be black and white. They're kind of making it so it's like an old horror film, right? Like a monster movie. So I love to see that. I think it's great because it's literally both sets, so you get to buy more cards from both those sets, and there's a special way to draft it, which is going to be fun for people in an LGS as well as playing with your friends too. So very nice. So here we have the Magic 2022 releases. Big stuff here to kind of go over what each of these are. You've got Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, the Streets of New Capina, Dominaria United, and the Brothers War. So those are the 4 sets. So after Crimson Vow comes out, there will be 4 sets afterwards. These sets will be part of the new rotation, so on and so forth. So we're talking Q1, so like early 2022, mid 2022, mid 2022, late 2022, kind of the concept. So Kamigawa. We're back in Kamigawa. Now, I love Kamigawa sets. I've wanted to collect the entirety of Kamigawa already. There was a lot of rumor on whether or not there was going to be one of those Kamigawa remastered sets. I'm not too sure if that's still rumored, but I've liked everything about Kamigawa, and now looking at this is great. I mean, Kamigawa in like the future, like a cyberpunk Kamigawa. It's going to look dope. This dude's got a freaking raccoon, or like a prismatic tanuki on his shoulder. Super cool. I'm excited to see this. As much as I love like the old samurai style kind of concept, cyberpunk samurai is also a good genre that I like. So very excited about that. A trip that was years in the making, the feudal past of Kamigawa sets the stage for the far-off future. We return to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, filled with high-tech delight and homages to fan favorites. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty comes to stores first quarter of 2022. Then we have the Streets of New Capina. Now, this is pretty cool art. See a lot of demon-esque kind of deal. Trailing after our trip to Kamigawa like a detective with gumption, the following standard release takes us to the Streets of New Capina, a city with special significance and to Elspeth. Built by angels, now run by 3-color demon crime families. So I'm assuming like Grixis and Bont and all of them, like the 3-color combos. This is going to be big, kind of like with they did 3-color stuff. I mean, they got the 3-color lands for the triomes for Korea. But this kind of is reminiscent almost of, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but this is kind of like Fate Reforged and Dragons of Tarkir, so on and so forth. So good to see demon crime families. So a lot of demon tribal stuff going to probably be coming out of here. And it's also great to see that it was built by angels, now run by 3-color demons, which means there's probably going to be angel support in there as well. Who's to say? We're just going to have to see. Dominaria United. So we're going back to Dominaria. I love to see it because Dominaria was big on merfolks, and I love playing merfolks. It's a lot of fun, so we're going to hopefully see more of those. Dominaria holds a special place in Magic across the lore of the game and in the hearts of fans around the world. With so much story and decades of Magic history packed into one plane, our next visit with Dominaria is the perfect place to kick off our 30th anniversary celebration. So, great place. And then you have the Brothers War. Now, I'm hearing a lot of crazy stuff about this because essentially the Brothers War, Urza versus Mishra, the two brothers of the old, Urza's saga kind of concept. Very old characters in the lore of Magic the Gathering, and they're now coming back pretty much as standard-based cards. A lot of people are saying that Urza in an actual Planeswalker card would be amazing, so hopefully everybody gets that. I'm assuming if Mishra also will probably be getting one too, if he hasn't already, because I'm not honestly too sure, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of artifact cards are going to come out of this. So probably artifact tribal stuff is going to get a lot of support from this. Very interesting to see, and I'm really, really curious to see what comes through. So the next thing on the list here, we have the Unfinity set. So Unfinity is very interesting there are these things called unsets, and the unsets, what they are, they're cards that are not legal in any format other than the unformat. And they're like just crazy, weird, like cards that are like, for instance, like they had cards in previous sets like Rock Lobster, Scissor Lizard, and I forgot the paper one. Paper something. But essentially it's rock, paper, scissors that you play with these things, and like one beats the other, but then like dies to the other one, so on and so forth. So very cool set. This one's apparently based in like, it almost looks like a space sci-fi carnival almost. So like you get like the galactic kind of symbols here, and then it also is very colorful. So yeah, it's magic, it's in space, it's retro-futuristic fun meets a special carnival you must see to believe. Infinity brings the joy and celebration of combining Magic's mechanics with new characters, plenty of laughs, plus beautiful science fiction-themed full art basic lands and shock lands. In both draft and collector's booster packs, releasing in the second quarter of 2022. So, Infinity, it's fun to play with your friends. I might be picking something up in regards to this because that's really cool. Definitely want to see where this goes, but it's mainly for like collectors and like fun purposes because you really can't use it in much other cases. Dungeons and Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate Commander Legends. All right, so this is kind of interesting. I don't think I've actually read up on this. The debut of Dungeons and Dragons Adventures of the Forgotten Realms brought a mix of magic and D&D to life in amazing ways. With many more stories and characters from the Forgotten Realms to share, focusing on the city of Baldur's Gate, and building on the Commander first gameplay of 2019's Commander Legends, our return to Commander Draft with Commander Legends Battle of Baldur's Gate brings in iconic characters, new mechanics, more flavorful spells from D&D, plus Commander Legends-style foil-etched legendary creatures, all packed into an even greater social experience. So, it's the next Commander Legends is a Dungeons and Dragons set specifically. So the Commander's Legends set did really, really well, considering almost all of the cards are used for Commander specifically and not for like a standard set. So if you play Commander, which I would imagine most of you do, this is definitely going to be something you're going to want to probably pick up. But obviously we're going to see as the set comes through what cards are going to be, very, very much so like necessary. If anything like Jeweled Lotus level stuff is going to be in here, then it's going to be a good set. Double Masters 2022. It looks like a new Double Masters set. Jumpstart 2022. This is going to come out with new Jumpstart stuff. So Arena just came out with Jumpstart Historic Horizons, which is essentially Commander for Arena, which is amazing. I definitely recommend everybody who hasn't played Commander hop in Arena, get yourself some cards, and I can bet that you have a great time learning about Commander and all of the fun things that it has in store for you on Arena. But essentially, they're excited to share the tabletop version of Jumpstart Historic Horizons with a new twist on Jumpstart Action 2 with Jumpstart 2022. Leaping to New Heights, Jumpstart 2022 comes packed with a new booster fun card treatment, a new to Magic card in every pack, dozens of themes to mix and match for fun, with plenty of amazing reprints for fans to enjoy. So that's another thing there, is that you get, they essentially come in like booster packs. They're like this big, and they contain cards, and the whole point of drafting it is you take 2 of these packs, slap them together, make a deck, and then fight your friends with it. They're all based on themes, so it's like taking like 2 themes, melding them together, and hoping it works kind of concept. But Jumpstart's a very, very good. I like the idea behind this, so I'm very happy to see what comes of it. I hear there is rumors of an Eldrazi theme for them. I obviously don't think they're going to be reprinting any kind of, like Kozilek or anything in here, but if they do, then it's going to go up in price. So there's that. So now we're going to go into Universes Beyond. Universes Beyond is a big thing because they're essentially taking things from other games, other medias, games, movies, so on and so forth, and they're putting them into their own spin on cards in the Magic the Gathering universe. So, Warhammer 40k is getting its own set of commander decks, 4 commander decks, and of course Space Marines. So, there will be 4 commander decks that are specifically for Warhammer 40k. They won't match with the current standard sets. I'm sure they'll have some cards from the standard sets, but for the most part, I imagine they're going to be very much so Space Marine themed, or, not just only Space Marines. I'm sure they'll have Space Orcs or something. For those of you Warhammer 40k friends, they'll have those there too. But who's to say, right? I'm loving that they're exploring different things, but I'm also not sure how the community is going to take it, just because it's just taking other media and putting it in there. But I'm excited to see it. I always love getting more commander cards, so I can't really complain. Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth is another set that they're going to in the Universes Beyond. So there's Gandalf. I'm sure that's Bilbo. We're gonna have a whole bunch of hobbits. We're gonna have you can make a weird orc tribal wizard deck. It's gonna be nuts. Gandalf, Gollum, Frodo, Aragorn, the characters who will immerse you in Middle-earth as you battle for the One Ring. Scheme with Saruman or Journey to the Heights of Mount Doom, coming to Tabletop, Magic Online, and MTG Arena, plus 4 commander decks and a special secret lair drop. This set will be available everywhere you play. So, unlike this just being in Commander, this will also, because this won't come to Arena, this will come to Arena and all the online stuff too. So very cool. More Secret Lair stuff, right? Obviously, Lord of the Rings, more Universes Beyond stuff will be in there. Fortnite, I don't like Fortnite at all, so I'm probably not going to buy this, but I assume if you guys are down for Fortnite and you're really willing to spend a Secret Lair drop amount of money on a Fortnite thing, once again, it's collector stuff. It's kind of a lot like the My Little Pony set, right? They just kind of take other things, but that's there. From other sources, I've also heard that I guess what you do is if you buy the Secret Lair set, you get the skin for your character on Fortnite of the card that you have, or of any of the cards you have, so that's kind of neat. Street Fighter, they're doing a Street Fighter Secret Lair, so these are going to be cards that are specifically Street Fighter based. They're not going to be what do you call it? They're not going to be like reprints of cards, right? And that's kind of the whole purpose, is that they're not reprints of cards in the styles of Street Fighter or anything. They're their own thing, kind of like The Walking Dead. So Street Fighter, you got Chun-Li. Chun-Li gets a multi-kicker, which makes sense. And then you'll find these mechanically unique cards in the upcoming Secret Lair. You'll also be able to pick up in-universe versions in future releases, including as part of the list in set boosters. So, in-universe versions of the card will exist for these. So the Chun-Li card is going to be the Chun-Li card, but they are going to make a card with probably a different name that's going to have all the same effects of Chun-Li. So, and then all the stuff for MTG Arena. MTG's on mobile, right? We all know about that. August 26th is the release of Jumpstart Historic Horizons, so that's going to be tomorrow. We'll also going about all that. This is the standard rotation. The current standard is this, but as soon as the 26th hits, or not the 26th, as soon as September, the Innistrad Midnight Hunt comes out, then this will be the next standard here. Zendikar Rising, Kaldheim, Strixhaven, Dungeons & Dragons, Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and Crimson Vow. And then these 4 sets will also come out too into 2022. So, obviously, we're seeing changes in the meta in the next a month. There's going to be huge changes in the standard meta, and I'm excited to see it because I feel very good about the Midnight Hunt and the Crimson Vow stuff because I personally missed out on Innistrad block back when it first came out. So I'm happy to be a part of the Innistrad block now when I get to, when I get to be here. I'm also enjoying all these other sets too. I mean, they've been nothing but fun. And I get to enjoy Kamigawa too because Neon Dynasty is going to be really great too. So there's that. Jumpstart Historic Horizons arrives Thursday, August 26th. 31 new to Magic cards, 46 packs to mix and match, plus over 350 new to MTG Arena cards, including many from Modern Horizons and Modern Horizons 2. This one's packed for every MTG Arena fan to enjoy. These cards are specifically for MTG Arena. That's another thing that is happening, is that MTG Arena is getting its... they have their own special cards that are only for MTG Arena. You cannot get them in paper until maybe they release them to the public. But they're trying to do that to kind of because with digital cards, they're able to change things up, just change the text of the card, re-upload the card's image to their game database, upload the card into it, and go, hey, now there's this card with its changed errata, right? It's an errata change. And that is... It's important for when you're trying to balance your game, but you essentially now have two card games. You have Arena and you have Tabletop. Both of these card games are going to be different because now if anybody goes to play anything in Historic Horizons online, they're going to know that they probably can't get those cards in person to play and Tabletop with their friends. So hopefully they are just working on getting them out, so on and so forth, but we'll see. So Magic then comes to Netflix. It's also another thing there. Magic comes to Netflix in 2022 with its own series starring familiar, fresh, and reimagined characters. And so visual previews, all that stuff. There's a lot more here. I feel like I missed it, but there's also a comic book being released. I think it's already out, actually. I could be wrong. But they have comic book coming out as well. So I don't know. I love, if there's one thing I love about Magic, I love the lore behind it too. So I definitely want to pick up these comics. Hopefully they're not worth too much, but or hopefully they don't cost too much, I should say. I hope they're worth a lot eventually, but I want to pick up the comics, read them, kind of go over the lore and learn more about kind of nice stories between these characters and kind of go from there. But that is essentially everything. I mean, I wanted to make this a little bit of a shorter video, but under an hour is pretty great for the showcase was long enough, right? So really pumped it down, made sure that you guys got as much information as possible. We went over all the secret layers, everything in here. Tell me what you guys think, right? Did I miss anything as far as the showcase? I know I have several things that I want to do as far as cards I want to get, right? I'm loving the cards that come out. I love seeing that we're revisiting old planes to kind of it helps me because as a new player I get to visit those now too. Because if I wanted to visit them in their original format, I'd have to spend like $10,000, and that's a lot. Or I could just look online and look at the cards instead of actually own them. But that's fine. I'm enjoying the sets that are going to be released. I honestly am super pumped for every one of the standard sets to be released. Jumpstart 2022 is going to be really great too. I know we had the Jumpstart that's out now. It was like $200 a box back in the day. And now that they're actually like printing it more, it's like $95 a box. So if you haven't picked up a box of Jumpstart, I suggest you do so. A lot of really good cards in there, and it's just genuinely fun. It's just fun to play that. So I suggest it. Definitely a fun time. But that's enough of me rambling. This has been a lot of news. Hopefully it's all been, absorbed into your mind. Obviously, if you have missed anything or if you want to look into it more yourself, you can go ahead and Google the Magic the Gathering Showcase 2021. That will give you all the information on the article that I just shown you guys. So you can all look at it for yourselves. So let me know what you're excited for. Are you excited for standard sets? Are you excited for Historic Horizons on Arena? Are you excited for the comic books? Are you excited for the double feature for Innistrad? Like, let me know. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. But if you guys found any of this educational, please make sure to like the video and also subscribe to the channel as well. I love to bring you guys pretty frequent content on new things that occur. I'm trying to be more on top of it, as one would say, because by the time I find out half this stuff, I'm either not home or it's like a week later and it just comes across my feed and I'm like, oh man, I should probably look more into that. So that's why I haven't gotten a lot of like spoiler stuff for new sets. But September 2nd, they are going to come out with more stuff for Innistrad Midnight Hunt spoilers. So I'm hoping to cover that as well when it happens. But that is going to be it for me today. So please make sure to drink your water, eat your vegetables, and don't play blue. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right. Nerd out.